Tonight on the America's Car-Mart Football Report, we have arrived at the last week of the regular season. It's the last time you'll hear all 212 teams mentioned on this show. About 30% in their seasons this week. And next Friday, the winnowing begins. But in the meantime, we've got conference titles on the line all over the state in Week 10, from Bryant to Bentonville, all the way down to Malvern and Camden Fairview. And beyond the number one seeds, many more games carry huge playoff implications for finalizing the brackets. I'm David Wallace. Barry Grooms will join me shortly. Cozy up under a warm blanket, turn the sound down on the World Series, and get ready. The America's Car-Mart Football Report starts now. Yes, sir, like the old coach said, they remember November. And what a November into early December we could have, as the image of War Memorial Stadium starts to come into focus in the distance for a number of teams. We'll cover it all over the next half hour. The executive producer of the America's Car-Mart Football Report is Thomas Thrash. Let's jump into the picks with a look at the Hootens.com Class 7A Top 10. And the top 10 remain the same from a week ago. Bryant on top, as the Hornets have been all year. They are 8-0 and the only unbeaten 7A team. Cabot is number 2, followed by Conway. The Wampus Cats' only loss was to number 2 Cabot. Fourth is Bentonville at 8-1, followed by nearby rival Bentonville West at 5. Rogers is 6th. Fayetteville, the defending champions, are 7th. The Purple Dogs have an explosive offense. 8th is North Little Rock. Then you have Fort Smith Northside at 9 and Fort Smith Southside at 10. Hootens.com predicted all 8 Class 7A games correctly last week for the season, 83%. Now, as we get into the picks, we'll tell you that some games are being played on Thursday after we tape this show. So if you're hearing this show on Friday, just keep that in mind. In the 7A Central, number 1 Bryant hosts number 3 Conway in the 7A game of the week, and the pick here, the number 1 Hornets. Number 2 Cabot travels to 8th-ranked North Little Rock with the Panthers of Cabot favored. Hootens.com likes 9th-ranked Fort Smith Northside at home against Little Rock Southwest. And Little Rock Central goes to Jonesboro. Central now has lost 20 straight conference games and are big underdogs to the Golden Hurricane. Let's jump to the 7A West now, where 6th-ranked Bentonville is at home and a favorite over 5th-ranked Bentonville West. Number 7, Fayetteville, a road favorite at Harbor. Hootens.com likes 6th-ranked Rogers going across town to Rogers Heritage. Number 10, Fort Smith Southside hosts Springdale, with the winner likely making the playoffs. Hootens.com says that'll be the Mavericks of Southside. All right, Barry, there are your 7A picks. What stands out to you?
David, Conway at Bryant. This has big-time playoff implications. Both teams have explosive offenses, stingy defenses. Conway is led by junior quarterback Donovan Amalo. He's passed for 21 touchdowns this season. Bryant is the 4-time defending state champion, and the Hornets are led by sophomore quarterback Jordan Walker. He's thrown for 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns.
Good enough. Let's move on to Class 6A. Only one change in the top 10, but it's a big one. Greenwood goes up to number 1 after beating Pulaski Academy by 10 points last week. So the Bruins drop, but just one spot to number 2. Little Rock Catholic is the only unbeaten team in Class 6A at 9-0. And the Rockets are 3rd this week. Lake Hamilton sits in 4th, followed by Benton at 5, Little Rock Christian at 6. 7th-ranked Marion plays for a share of its conference title this week, followed by West Memphis at 8, El Dorado at 9, and Russellville rounding out the top 10. Pretty good record for Class 6A on Hootens.com. 8 of 9 picked correctly last week, 84% on the year. Let's get to the picks now. In the 6A East, number 5 Benton going to Sheridan. Hootens.com likes the Panthers on the road. Number 9 El Dorado, another road favorite at Jacksonville. Number 3 Little Rock Catholic is at home at War Memorial Stadium against 7th-ranked Marion, and the Rockets are favored to end the regular season unbeaten. 8th-ranked West Memphis is a home pick against Searcy, and Sylvan Hills is the selection at home against Greene County Tech. Moving to the 6A West, number 1 Greenwood travels to 6th-ranked Little Rock Christian. This could be a good one, but Hootens.com likes the Bulldogs on the road. Number 2, Pulaski Academy is a favorite at home over number 4, Lake Hamilton. Van Buren at Siloam Springs. Hootens.com going with the pointers of Van Buren. And Mountain Home is a home favorite over Greenbrier. A lot of good games in 6A, Barry.
And the big game in 6A this week is Lake Hamilton at Pulaski Academy. The winner gets the number 2 playoff seed in the West and an all-important first-round bye. Both teams a little beat up and need that bye week. Lake Hamilton's led by Justin Crutchmer, the senior, a star on both sides of the ball. He's rushed for nearly 900 yards and 10 touchdowns. And the Wolves have a passing game this year with quarterback Easton Hurley. Meanwhile, PA's led by Kel Busby, the do-it-all junior quarterback. He's thrown for nearly 3,000 yards, 34 touchdowns. But he was injured last week in that loss to Greenwood. And this game features teams with contrasting styles. Should be a good one.
We're back on the America's Car-Mart Football Report and turn the page to Class 5A in a moment.
Can't wait for kickoff. Man, it's time for some football. I'm Chad Hooten for America's Car-Mart. If you're headed to the game, just remember that America's Car-Mart is all in for Arkansas high school football. And when you shop at America's Car-Mart, they're all in for you. From purchase to payoff, Car-Mart will work with you and your individual situation. It's personal for Car-Mart. Just go see for yourself why Car-Mart is different from all the rest. You can stay connected by following Car-Mart on social media or online at car-mart.com. America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road and good neighbors in our communities. Coming up next, more from the America's Car-Mart Football Studios. David Wallace and the Hootens crew with more rankings, analysis, and predictions next on the America's Car-Mart Football Report.
Not all college ends with a bachelor's degree. There are shorter-term programs that help students get to work in a profession they love. Best of all, Arkansas needs qualified workers in these high-demand fields: healthcare, industry manufacturing, and information technology. There are scholarships such as Arkansas Workforce Challenge and Our Future that will help pay for classes. Apply today at scholarships.adhe.edu.
Okay, I gotta pick up some beef for the cookout. Now what's good?
Let Tony make the call.
Tony Romo? What are you doing in a butcher shop?
Just something I picked up in the off-season. What's up?
I'm on my way to a barbecue. What should I bring?
Steaks, hamburgers, brisket.
Are those my choices?
That's your order. Beef is the best way to make your cookouts extraordinary this summer.
Thanks, Tony.
Another satisfied customer. All right, who's next? Beef. It's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers.
You're listening to a public service announcement from the Arkansas Attorney General. Every day, we are flooded with robocalls from criminals who change their caller ID to look like local numbers, claiming to be a grandchild in jail, the IRS, or maybe it's just Rachel from Card Services. Don't let someone you know fall prey to these scams. Together, let's stop these illegal calls. Let your Attorney General do the fighting for you. Call 800-482-8982 or visit arkansasag.gov.
David Wallace back with you in the America's Car-Mart Studios, and we're moving through the final week of play in the regular season. Some of these games on Thursday, most of them on Friday. Keep that in mind, depending on when you're listening to the program. Let's move now to Class 5A. Just a few changes in the Hootens.com Top 10. No change at the top. Little Rock Parkview is still number 1. In fact, the top 5 are the same as they've been the past 2 weeks. Number 2, Joe T. Robinson, followed by third-ranked Shiloh Christian. Number 4, Camden Fairview. And number 5, Mills, at 8-1, off to the best start in Comet history. At number 6, Farmington moves up 1 spot after beating Pea Ridge. Then you have Valley View up 3 spots to number 7 after securing the 5A East title a week ago. 8th is Prairie Grove. Hot Springs down 3 to number 9 after losing to Camden Fairview. And Wynn is up 1 and back into the top 10 at number 10. Let's look at the 5A Central now. And here are the selections on Hootens.com. Number 2, Joe T. Robinson should win its game at home against Pine Bluff and sail into the playoffs. Number 5, Mills travels to Bologna. 2 pretty good teams. This could be a close one, but Hootens.com is going with Mills. BB is home to Maumelle, and the Badgers are favored at home. Whitehall is the pick at Watson Chapel. Let's move to the 5A East now, where number 7 Valley View goes to Batesville, and the Blazers are favored, but this should be a tight game. Number 10 Wynn is the pick at Nettleton. Brooklyn, another road favorite at Forest City, and the same for Southside, the pick on the road at Paragould. All right, Barry, we'll pause right there. Those first 2 conferences, Give us some good games to talk about.
Win at Nettleton, and it may be for the number 2 playoff seed in the conference. Win is led by junior fullback Kobe Davis. He's rushed for over 1,000 yards this season. Meanwhile, Nettleton has a dynamic duo in Keandre Pope and Curtis Smith. Those two guys putting up about 250 yards per week.
All right, Barry, let's pick it up in the 5A South now, where top-ranked Little Rock Parkview travels to number 4 Camden Fairview. That's going to be the Hootens.com game of the week in 5A, and Hootens.com likes the Patriots of Parkview. Texarkana is a home favorite against DeQueen. Number 9, Hot Springs, is a favorite at rival Hot Springs Lakeside. That's called the City Bowl. And Magnolia should roll at home over Hope. In the 5A West, number 6 Farmington is the pick at home over number 8 Prairie Grove. But that one also could be very close. Number 3 Shiloh Christian is home against Alma. This one not so close. Shiloh Christian a big favorite there. Harrison against Pea Ridge. This game in Harrison. The Goblins could finish anywhere between the number 2 and number 4 seed. And Harrison is a favorite in this game. Dardanelle is the pick at home over Clarksville. We're back with Class 4A after this.
Okay, David, sounds like some great games this week. I'm Chad Hooten with Hooten's Arkansas Football for America's Car-Mart. And just like all the hard-working high school football players, the folks at Car-Mart work hard to keep you on the road. Car-Mart knows that buying a vehicle is a big decision, and that's why they take selling you a vehicle very seriously. When you shop at Car-Mart, they're there for you. Car-Mart cares about you and your vehicle ownership. You know what? You can save time at the dealership by starting your car buying journey online at car-mart.com. It's America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road. That's their pledge to you. And coming up next, more from the America's Car-Mart Football Report studios. David and the Hootens gang with analysis of more matchups and those crystal ball predictions. Next on the America's Car-Mart Football Report.
Going to college may not look the same as it has before, but you have the power to move forward. There are over 1,000 hands-on or online programs in Arkansas designed to put you to work, and they qualify for state scholarships and grants. Healthcare, education, computer technology, industry technology, and more. Take your next step forward. Visit explorearcareers.com with instructions about how to apply.
Hey everyone, it's Tony Romo, and I'm here to remind you that it's grilling season. And how do you make those summer cookouts extraordinary? With beef. Whether you're slow roasting ribs or throwing a couple of hamburgers on the grill, some top sirloin kebabs, or, wait, what was I saying again? Oh, yeah! Set your grilling season on fire this year with beef. Beef, it's what's for dinner. For more ideas, visit beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers.
Don't miss the return of Nighthawk Athletics this fall at National Park College in Hot Springs. With baseball, softball, cross country, men and women's basketball, and newly added men and women's soccer, Nighthawk Nation has something for every sports fan in the Spa City. Cheer on the Nighthawks this season as NPC competes for an NJCAA Region 2 championship and continues to make sports history here in Hot Springs. For more information, visit np.edu/athletics. Get 'em Hawks!
Let's move on this America's Car-Mart Football Report to Class 4A now, and we'll run down the rankings here. The top 9 in 4A remain the same on Hootens.com. Number 1, Arkadelphia, and number 2, Harding Academy are both undefeated on the year. Warren is third at 8-1, followed by Star City. The Bulldogs are 9-1 and have an open week before the playoffs. Malvern is fifth, followed by Stuttgart at 6. Pocahontas is 7. The Redskins are 8-1 and have wrapped up the 3-4A title. Harmony Grove Haskell is 8th. The 9-0 Cardinals look to cap a perfect regular season this week at Bauxite. McGee is 9th, and then Elkins is up 1 and into the top 10 at number 10 after winning the 1-4A Conference Championship. Hootens.com doing very well in Class 4A, 88% on the picks heading into the final week of the regular season. Let's get to the picks in the 1-4A. Number 10, Elkins is a favorite at home over Lincoln. Green Forest at Berryville. Now, Berryville has won 14 of the past 21 Carroll County feuds. This time, however, Hootens.com likes Green Forest. Gentry at Gravette. The winner gets the number 3 seed. The loser finishes as the number 4 seed in the 1-4A. Hootens.com thinks Gentry will pull this one out. Ozark is a favorite at Huntsville. Moving to the 2-4A. where number 2 Harding Academy goes to Cave City. This is a mismatch favoring the Wildcats. Number 6 Stuttgart at home is the pick over Bald Knob, and Heber Springs is favored at Riverview. In a non-conference 4A game, Hootens.com picks Nashville at Lone Oak. Now to the 3-4A. Here are your projected winners. Rivercrest at Blytheville. Gosnell at home over Jonesboro West Side. Number 7 Pocahontas is the pick at Highland. And Hootens.com is going with Truman at home over Harrisburg. Okay, Barry, what do you think about those picks in Class 4A?
David, it could be a record-setting night in Highland, but not for the Rebels. For Pocahontas senior quarterback Connor Baker, he needs just 4 rushing touchdowns to break the state career mark currently held by former Clarendon, Tennessee, and New York Jet running back Cedric Houston. Can he get it this week?
All right, let's get on with the rest of Class 4A. To the 4-4A now, where number 8 Harmony Grove Haskell travels to Bauxite. These teams have split their only 6 meetings, so not too much history between the two. This time, Hootens.com is going with Harmony Grove Haskell. Clinton is the pick at Dover in a projected blowout. Lamar at home is a favorite over Central Arkansas Christian, and Mayflower is the pick at home over Little Rock Hall. To the 7-4A, number 1 Arkadelphia at number 5 Malvern. That's a big game, but Hootens.com favoring the top-ranked Badgers. Mina travels to Waldron with the winner of this game going to the playoffs. A lot on the line. Hootens.com going with Mina. In the 8-4A now, the picks on Hootens.com. Number 3 Warren at home, a favorite over Hamburg. Hootens.com likes 9th-ranked McGee, also at home over Helena. Crosset is the pick over Monticello, that game at Crosset, and DeWitt is a home favorite over Dumas. That wraps up Class 4A. Barry, which of those games stand out to you?
The key game this week in all of Class 4A has to be Arkadelphia at Malvern. It's for the 7-4A championship, and a lot of coaches say don't be surprised if these two teams end up meeting again in December for a state championship.
Great last week of the regular season shaping up, and that includes 3A2. We'll get to that classification in a moment.
All right, David, getting a little closer to kickoff. I'm Chad Hooten for America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road. It's America's Car-Mart, and they will do all they can to keep you on the road. America's Car-Mart makes it easy to buy. They offer affordable, quality vehicles, low down payments, plus optional service contracts to offer a little peace of mind. And if you're credit challenged, America's Car-Mart is the place for you. Affordable used vehicles with low down payments, flexible payment plans. It's America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road. And coming up next, it's more of the America's Car-Mart Football Report.
Exciting news for Arkansas students. Our team at the Arkansas Division of Higher Education has been hard at work to improve your scholarship application experience. So starting after October 1st, you will no longer log on to the Universal application to apply for and manage your scholarship applications. Instead, you will be going to SAMS, our scholarship application management system. Don't worry though, our team of financial aid experts will be there to help you navigate our revamped application process. So go ahead and start researching your financial aid options now at sams.adhe.edu.
Don't miss the return of Nighthawk Athletics this fall at National Park College in Hot Springs. With baseball, softball, cross-country, men and women's basketball, and newly added men and women's soccer, Nighthawk Nation has something for every sports fan in the Spa City. Cheer on the Nighthawks this season as NPC competes for an NJCAA Region 2 championship and continues to make sports history here in Hot Springs. For more information, visit np.edu/athletics. Get 'em Hawks!
Friday night football sometimes means Friday night injury. For the 4th season in a row, the Arkansas children's team is available to get your athletes the immediate treatment they need. From pulled hamstrings to torn ACLs, sports medicine specialists and orthopedic surgeons are available from 10 to midnight at the Arkansas Children's Hospital Friday Night Sports Injury Clinic. All through the regular season, Arkansas Children's Hospital Friday Night Sports Injury Clinic. No appointment necessary.
We're back, heading to the fourth quarter of this America's Car-Mart Football Report. Let's move to Class 3A now and run down the Hootens.com rankings. Number 1 is Prescott at 8-0, followed by the Charleston Tigers. Then you have Rison, another unbeaten team at number 3. Melbourne has one of its seasons in school history, and the Bearcats are ranked at number 4, sitting at 9-0. Boonville is 5th, followed by Glen Rose at number 6. Camden Harmony Grove, the first 3-loss team in the ranking, at number 7. Then you got Osceola at 8, Newport at 9, And Hoxie rounds out the top 10 in Class 3A. 89% on the picks this year, lest you doubt Hootens.com. So let's tell you who's going to win this week. In the 1-3A, Mansfield is a favorite at home over Hackett. Number 2, Charleston is the pick at Lavaca. Number 5, Boonville is a big favorite at Cedarville. And Greenland is a home favorite over West Fork. Now to the 2-3A, number 4, Melbourne at Atkins. And the Bearcats should stay unbeaten. Big favorites in that one. Number 9, Newport can clinch the number 2 seed with a win at home over Perryville. Perryville is a lock in the number 5 seed. Salem is the pick on Hootens.com at Quitman. In the 3-3A now, number 8, Osceola favorite at Manila. Hootens.com going with 10th ranked Hoxie. The favorite at Walnut Ridge. Pickett at Corning. Now a Corning win puts the Bobcats in the playoffs. Hootens.com thinks they'll get it done. Corning the pick over Pickett. To the 4-3A, where 6th ranked Glen Rose goes to Magnet Cove. A win gives Glen Rose its 8th outright conference title in 18 years. Hootens.com thinks the Beavers can do it. Bismarck is a favorite at Center Point, and Jesseville is the pick at Two Rivers. Now to the 5-3A, all road favorites. Gurdon the pick at Junction City. Top-ranked Prescott the favorite at Horatio. And Falk is the pick at Smackover. To the 6-3A, number 3, Rising at home. Should be a blowout winner against Drew Central. 7th-ranked Camden Harmony Grove faces a tougher challenge, welcoming Barton. Hootens.com picks Camden Harmony Grove in a close one. Fordyce is the favorite at home against Lake Village. Well, Barry, give us some good games to talk about.
And Lake Village at Fordyce should be a good one, David. Lake Village needs a win to guarantee itself a playoff spot. And the Beavers are playing pretty well of late. But if you're going to beat Fordyce, you got to stop that strong running game led by Christian Beelan. He has over 1,400 yards this season.
All right, well, let's move on to Class 2A now, where the top 5 are the same on the Hootens.com rankings from a week ago. Hazen is on top of the pile at 8-0, followed by Mount Ida at 7-1. Then you have Bigelow at number 3. Carlisle, the number 4 team this week, and Hazen are the only undefeated teams in Class 2A. And guess what? They'll battle this week. More on that in a minute. 5th is Derricks, followed by Mark Tree, up 1 to number 6 after beating Cross County. Earl is up 3 spots to number 7 after 4 straight wins. Hector is 8th. Desark moves back into the top 10 at number 9. And the Eagles are in the ranking for the first time in 2 months. And East Poinsett County drops 4 spots to number 10 after losing at Desark a week ago. In the 1AA, let's go through the picks. Number 3, Bigelow goes to Decatur. Bigelow big in this one. Conway Christian at home against Magazine, and likewise a big favorite is Conway Christian, and Mountainburg is the pick at home over Johnson County Westside. To the 2AA now, where 7th-ranked Mark's Tree is at home against number 10 East Poinsett County. Top 10 battle, which Hootens.com thinks will go to the Indians of Mark Tree. Desark goes to rival McCrory. The Eagles clinched their 3rd conference title in 4 years with a win in this one. Number 7, Earl, is the favorite against Cross County. That game at Earl. Clarendon is a home pick against Mariana. To the 3AA now. Derricks welcoming Mount Ida. This game for the conference title in the 3-2A. Hootens.com likes the Lions of Mount Ida. Mineral Springs is a favorite at Murfreesboro. And Lafayette County gets the nod at Foreman. Now to the 4AA, number 1, Hazen at number 4, Carlisle. Hazen is the favorite in this one. Episcopal, playing on its home field, is the pick over another Little Rock school, Baptist Prep, and England is the favorite at Hampton. Barry?
No surprise here, David. The big game, number 1, Hazen at number 4, Carlisle. Matchup of the only 2 remaining undefeated teams in Class 2A. The winner gets the conference championship. Last week, Hazen beat Bearden 60-0, and Carlisle beat up on England 48-22. And this Prairie County battle always means a lot. Should be a great game.
All right, so let's move on to 8-man and run down the AAA sanctioned teams. Mountain Pine is the top team there at 9-0, followed by Woodlawn at number 2, Spring Hill at 3. Izard County Consolidated up 1 to number 4, and Rector into the top 5 at number 5. The rankings for unsanctioned 8-man teams have Mountain View on top. So you have Mountain Pine at number 1 in the AAA sanction, Mountain View on top of the unsanctioned teams. Mountain Lake at 7-2 is number 2 among the unsanctioned. Then Subiaco Academy at 3, Genoa Central at number 4, followed by Cedar Ridge at number 5. All right, Hootens.com correctly predicted 4 of 6 games at 8-man football last week. On the season, a pretty good record, 82%. The unsanctioned championship is on us already. It's Fountain Lake at Mountain View. These teams played in the regular season, with Mountain View winning 30-27. Hootens.com thinks the tables will turn, picking Fountain Lake to take the unsanctioned crown. Let's move to the AAA sanctioned teams now. And here are the picks. Woodlawn going to Spring Hill. Woodlawn the favorite. Strong is a home pick over Parker's Chapel. Kip Delta will travel to Rector. Now, Rector secures a number 2 playoff seed with a win. Kip Delta received a forfeit win when Augusta folded up its tents last Tuesday. Hootens.com picks Rector to win this one. And finally, Marvel is a home favorite over Hermitage.
You're listening to a public service announcement from the Arkansas Attorney General. Parents, would you let your child get in a car with someone you don't know or spend the night with a stranger? If you don't know who your children are texting and gaming with on their phones, you could be allowing dangerous people into your home and their bedrooms. Be informed, and together let's protect our kids. Let your Attorney General do the fighting for you. Call 800-482-8982 or visit arkansasag.gov.
Friday night football sometimes means Friday night injury. For the 4th season in a row, the Arkansas children's team is available to get your athletes the immediate treatment they need. From pulled hamstrings to torn ACLs, sports medicine specialists and orthopedic surgeons are available from 10 to midnight at the Arkansas Children's Hospital Friday Night Sports Injury Clinic. All through the regular season, Arkansas Children's Hospital Friday Night Sports Injury Clinic. No appointment necessary.
That's going to take care of another action-packed America's Car-Mart football report. At the end of this weekend, we'll set our eyes on the prize of the state championships and enter the single elimination tournament. Remember to check the constantly updated scores throughout the night at Hootens.com, powered by First Security. Well, for Barry Grooms and all the gang at Hootens.com, I'm David Wallace. We'll continue on for about another 3 weeks, so rejoin us right here next week for another America's Car-Mart football report.